Are you concerned about falling? In the next year, 1 in 4 seniors will experience a fall. Do not allow yourself to become a statistic. Tai Chi is proven to reduce your fall risk by 58%. Tai Chi, exercise for life, exercise for you.
So take one thumb with an emphasis around the base of your fingernail, the very tip of your finger, and massage your finger firmly enough so you can feel it, but not so firmly as you twist bones. No twisting of bones. And so those of you that are in the know should be practicing your energetic anatomy and determining what organ you are working on. Next one. So we are, of course, stimulating the 10 diffusions at the fingertips, help to stimulate your brain. Next one. So remember, we have 3 yin organs that run to the hands and 3 yang organs that run from the hands. And the same with the feet. 3 yang organs running to the feet, 3 yin organs running from the feet. Next one. Next one. Switch hands. Hmm. Next one. Next one. Next one. Hmm. And our last one. Okay. Now tuck your thumbs into your palms to create that fleshy bulge on the inside of your index finger, and gently tap those two spots together. Again, tapping firmly enough so that you can feel it, but not too hard, not too light. And now turn your hands palm up, so the knife edge of your hand alongside your small finger. Remember to keep your hands nice and relaxed as you do this. Inside edge of your wrist, where your wrist crease is. So the massaging, the tapping is stimulating the flow of qi, where your qi flows, your blood flows. The massaging helps to stimulate the blood flow, where your blood flows, the qi flows. And switch your hands back of the wrist again at the crease. The tapping sends vibrations through channels to help clear those channels. So much going on when you do these. So much more than you think. And now the webs of your fingers. Sorry, webs of your thumbs. Webs of your thumbs. And now the webs of your fingers. Make sure your fingers are nice and relaxed so they rub up onto the back of your opposite hand. And interlace your fingers, roll your wrists around. Too often when we do what appears to be simple exercises, we don't give them enough time. So take the time today to look after yourself. Change direction. So work on that range of motion, work on that flexibility, work on that loose, relaxed movement. And gently push one wrist up and then the other. Again, our goal is to bring range of motion gently into the joints so that we open them up to allow the energy and the blood to flow more effectively. And then nod your wrists. Good. And now take one hand, support with the other hand, 4 fingers on the palm, and using your thumb, massage from the wrist to the web. And between the neck joints. Next one. Next one. And switch hands again, massaging between the bones from the wrist down to the web. Next one. Next one. Next one. One more. Okay. Now flip your hand over, 4 fingers on the back of your hand, and now use your thumb to massage all over the palm of your hand. Try and get every spot. And switch hands. So again, massage all over your palm. Now make a fist with that hand. Notice where your middle finger touches your palm. Open your hand up, place the thumb of your other hand on that spot, and hold, press, squeeze, massage, whatever feels good to you. Helping to balance the energies in the pericardium. Help to protect your heart. If you wanted to add an affirmation to this, you could add something along the lines of, my heart is safe. My heart is protected. I choose what to allow into my heart, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And switch hands again, make a fist. Notice where your middle finger touches your palm. Open your hand up, place a thumb of your other hand on that spot. Holding, pressing, squeezing, massaging, whatever feels good for you at this moment. And again, if you choose, you can add an affirmation. Said in the present moment, my heart is safe. My heart is protected. I choose what to allow into my heart, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And give your hands a little bit of a rub. And now massage your wrist. And switch wrists. Forearm. Other forearm. So make sure you stimulate all of these parts. And your elbow. So make sure you get the inside of your elbow. That is more important than the outside of your elbow. Remember, the main purpose of this is to stimulate the flow of energy. At the same time, you're also stimulating the flow of blood because of the stimulation of the skin, the fascia, the flesh. So again, it's not just doing one thing. We've got lots and lots of stuff going on here. Other elbow. And again, make sure you get all of your elbow, inside and outside. And then put your fingertips together and gently pat the very tips of your fingers together. So remember, we are on the fingertips rather than the fingerprints. So we want to be very, very close to the fingernail. So again, stimulating the 10 diffusions. Help to stimulate your brain. Okay. Now, put your fingertips so that they are all touching again. The goal being the very tips of your fingers for the 10 diffusion. And so from here, you're going to twiddle your thumbs. So the goal is to move your thumbs, trying not to allow them to touch, bringing that nice gentle motion into them, and keeping your fingertips touching to continue to stimulate those diffusions. Good. Now change direction. Twiddle your thumbs the other way. There's no need to rush. It's the movement and the brain activity that we are really after. Good. Now put your thumbs to touch, and now your index finger. Twiddle your index finger. Again, the goal is to keep them apart. Keeping your other fingers all touching at the 10 diffusions. And then change direction. And did we do the other direction? I don't remember. Right, whatever, switch anyway. If we are doing it a third time, that's okay. All right, now put your index fingers to touch and onto your middle finger. So twiddle your middle finger. That's where it starts to get harder. And change direction. Remember, there's no rush. You are working on controlling the movement, keeping your other fingers touching. This is the part that I find hard on this. Working on that range of motion, keeping your fingers separate. Good. Now touch your index fingers, your middle fingers together again and move on to your ring fingers. Mm. Good. Change direction. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. And that is so true with Tai Chi and Qigong. Take it slow and steady. You will be successful. Touch your ring fingers and now move on to your small finger. This should be a bit of a relief after the others. And bring your fingertips to touch and tap your fingertips again. So still stimulating the 10 diffusions. The purpose now is to just send those vibrations through the fingers to help loosen them up again. Because we often become stiff as we do something like that. And so remember, it's fine to do the same exercise in the same session with multiple different intentions. And with that in mind, go to the webs of the thumbs again. Mainly because this is one of my absolute favorites. My hands feel so good after doing this. And webs of your fingers. Then shake your arms and your hands out a little bit. And so place your hands, 2 fists in front of you. Pick your thumb up on one hand, index finger points at it from the other hand. And so to stimulate your brain, connect the left and the right sides together, you are going to switch. And you're going to switch back and forth. Again, no rush. Your goal is to get the left and the right sides of your brain to work together, to communicate, so that they are working on doing the opposite. And this is very beneficial for your brain. And it is just a matter of practice to be able to do these exercises. You're trying to build your brain. So as you do this, your brain is realizing that it needs to build new neurons in the brain so that it can communicate with the correct places in order to be able to do this. And then once you have figured that out, or even before, you're going to put your thumb down and you're going to put your index finger out on one hand, your small finger out on the other hand. And again, you are going to switch back and forth, helping to stimulate your brain. Now, different people find different ones easy, which is why I tend to move through these. Because if you're having a hard time with one, you may well find that a different one is easy. And so if you find one that you find to be relatively easy, work at it. Work at it to connect those parts of the left and the right brain that control these movements. Good. Right. Now, whichever hand has your pinky out, you're going to put your pinky. No, Whichever hand has your index finger out, you're going to put that away and you're going to put your thumb back out. So now we have the thumb on one hand, the small finger on the other hand, and again, you are going to switch back and forth. So some people will choose one of these exercises to do, and they will concentrate on that exercise until they are able to do it easily. That they have built those connections in the brain specific to this movement. And then they will move on to the next one. And they will work on that until they can do it. Some people will switch between exercises, just playing with all of the different exercises, building those connections. So you build a rather general connection left to right, rather than a specific left to right. Neither way is correct and neither way is wrong. It's just what you feel that you need to do. And so remember, it's the doing of it and the struggle of the learning to do it. This is the important part. Okay, and put your hands down and shake them out a little bit. Okay, nice and loose and relaxed, and move your fingers a little bit. Yeah. Right, now interlace your fingers, and now you're going to start with the index finger that is closest to you, and you're going to pick up that index finger, put it down, the next one, and you're going to work middle finger, ring finger, small finger, and then come back. And work up and down your hands, getting whoop, the correct fingers to move, which is not always as easy as you think it is. Hand-eye coordination. So your eyes may well be in your fingers as you use the proprioception from the movement of your fingers to determine which is going to be the next one to move. Good. And now we're going to do two at a time. So both index, both middle, both ring, both small. Ring, middle, index. Middle, ring, small. Good. Index and small fingers. Get them to move together. And middle and ring. Middle and index. Ring and small. and index and ring. Ooh, there we go. Middle and small. Whoa. Ah. Sometimes it takes a moment or two to get these to. Oh, stop it, ring. Ah, go ahead and shake them out. So there are lots of patterns like that that you can do with your hands and moving your fingers. And so the goal is to bring range of motion into them, to get the blood and the energy to flow into them, to try and expand the joints, to get the nutrients in there, to get the waste products flushed out. And so to keep, in this case, your hands healthy. But it also applies to every other part of your body. So you could certainly go through and do all of this stuff with your feet just as easily. Obviously, like the interlacing, there's some things you can't do with your feet, but the massage and the stimulation, all good. Because remember that we die from our feet upwards. So make sure that you look after your feet. And on a day like today, do not go and put them on cold, damp grass.